Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Drew's Food Reviews, and today, what's for dinner? I'm going to be making golden curry chicken, and this is pretty simple. All you need is some chicken, and I've got some chicken that I'm going to cut up, and I'm going to have an onion that I'm going to cut up and dice, and this is the golden curry mix. I know there's things you can do, recipes where you use your own curry, use your own vegetables, whatever you want to do. I'm going to try it in this packet, and it's fairly simple. All you do is you cook the chicken and the vegetables. I suggest you could put carrots, you could put potatoes, you can put other things in there. It doesn't really matter. It's a personal preference. You can add just plain vegetables to it. You can add beef, chicken, lamb, pretty much anything you want to it. It's just a sauce mix. This particular one is hot. They had another one that wasn't hot. So, and I've got a big bag of basmati rice that I'm going to add with it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up chicken and cut up the onion, and then I'm going to fry that up, and then you add the curry sauce with some water and you let it boil, and then you just serve it over rice. Now you can have naan bread to go with it, or you can have tortillas, or you don't have to have anything really. Just curry and rice is a popular dish with some people, with a lot of people, and not everybody likes curry flavor, so don't know if this would be a dish that everybody would care for, but I like curry and I like the Indian type food, so that's what I'm going to make for dinner. So I'll be back when it's all ready. Okay, so I've cut up the onion and I put it in the pot with a little bit of oil. I'm going to go ahead and cook that, and I've cut up all the chicken, and I'm going to put that in the, and I cut up the chicken and I'm going to put that up in there after I get the onions going. So I'm going to stir this a little bit and get the onions going, and I'll show you when they're nice and cooked, and I'll add in the chicken, get that all nice and done, and then I'll add the curry sauce later. I've also set a pot with some water that I'm going to put the basmati rice in and cook that in a little bit, and I'll show you that. It's basically a 2-to-1 ratio, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of rice, and let it cook for a little while, but I'll get to that later. Okay, so I'm sauteing down the onions, and they're getting nice and cooked. Smells pretty good. And now I've actually put the water on to boil for the rice, and with a little bit of butter, and I'm going to go ahead and put the 1 cup of the basmati rice in the pot and let that cook. Once it gets to a boil, I'm going to turn it down and put a lid on it, and this will continue to cook, and then I'll add in the chicken after this gets going a little bit more. Okay, so everything in the onions are nice and brown. It's getting brown on the bottom of the pan, as you can see. So I'm just going to add in just a little bit more olive oil before I put the chicken in, because otherwise it may stick to the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the chicken a little bit at a time. It's all been nice and cubed up. So still adding it, and there's the last little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands since I've been dealing with the raw chicken, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead, added the chicken in, stirred it up a little bit. I turned it down just a little bit because it was actually really hot, and still kind of brown on the bottom, but I'm going to go ahead and continue to cook all the chicken until it's nice and done and cooked throughout, and then I'm going to add the curry to the pot and boil it, and the rice is still boiling, and shortly it will be ready. Okay, so it's continuing to cook. It's getting nice and done, and here's what the curry looks like inside. It's in a plastic container. It has, I guess, little blocks down below. It's like, it's in a block, kind of like a hard block, and you're supposed to crumble it and put it in with 2.5 cups of water and let it simmer. It's going to make it like a paste when you break it up. But right now, still cooking the chicken. So once that's ready to go, I'll put the curry and the water in, show you what it looks like. Okay, so it's continuing to cook, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the golden curry, show you what it looks like inside. Okay, so here's what it looks like, just like a brick of curry, pressed curry, and I'm going to go ahead and break this up and add it to the chicken, and I'm going to go ahead and add 1 cup and 2 cups and another 1/2 cup, and I'm going to stir this up and break that curry down until it makes a nice sauce, and then I'm going to cover it, simmer it for a little while, and it will make a nice thick kind of gravy sauce type of a chicken. And hopefully when this all gets incorporated, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is nice and cooking. I've stirred in the curry mix and got it nice and incorporated, and I'm going to let this simmer and thicken up for a little while it continues to cook the chicken on the counter. And the rice is pretty much done. It's in the pan, and when this is all nice and done, I'm going to go ahead and serve it over the rice and let you know what it looks like. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, there's the basmati rice, all cooked and done. Fluffed it up with a fork. It's nice and fluffy rice. Okay, so here's the chicken curry all cooked, and it's thickened up quite a bit, and the chicken's all done, and I'm just letting it cool down just a little bit before I put it over my rice. And I put the rice on a plate, and I'm going to go ahead and spoon it over and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here it is all done. And I'm going to go ahead and spoon it over some rice. Put a little bit of the sauce on top. Show you that it's all nice and very hearty sauce. And it is like a sort of a chicken stew with the gravy in the chicken in the curry. And that's what it looks like on the plate. And here we go, nice, and the onions are cooked nice and well. The chicken's done, and the curry sauce has had time to thicken up and get cooked. And it's a nice hearty little meal. If you don't like curry, you may not like this. It's sort of an acquired taste. Not a lot of people like that. But I tend to like the Indian flavors with the curry and the different kind of rice dishes and chicken and all that kind of stuff. But okay, so here it is, all served on the plate over the rice, and as you can see, it's nice and thick, and everything's done, and the sauce is all nice, hearty, and creamy, and the rice is tender and done. You can add butter if you want the sauce a little more rich. You could also put this with naan. You can have tortillas, pretty much anything, but I'm just going to have the chicken and rice on the dish here for my dinner. And so that's another episode of What's for Dinner, and I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time on Drew's Food Reviews, I'll talk to you later.